Neat. Hi everybody, I'm Austin. This is going to help you out for the demo today. And the second workshop or I guess third workshop today on Sunday, here at Seattle Swing Dance Club. We talked about a kind of stop and go idea of how to break apart patterns and make new patterns from those broken apart patterns. Pick a passing tuck first. So you're just taking that 1, 2, bring the hand up, followers making contact with the elbow on the forearm, somewhere in front of your face to say, hey, let's keep the window closed, right? The idea is essentially your leader is trying to lift the window up and push over your head. You're just going to give enough pressure to say no to that, but in like a way that's not aggressively shoving the shoulder down, but not so light that they can still open the window. So be solid there, right? With this, the pressure needs to go a little bit forward because compression is expected, so push into the frame, right? Make your leader's footwork change so they get a little more split weight. Leaders leading in a place where you're close to split weight here or like off to the side is a good way to open up opportunities. But if you're always going backwards and your partner pushes your foot over there, good job, right? From here, we stop in that 3. Followers, you do whatever you want. The idea is essentially you can wiggle around, have fun. Once you release that left hand, you've taken off that limited control you have, and you can probably finish the pattern, or leaders could send some other information your way. With that, you got again that kind of little hierarchy of leading, right? I've got like 60% power over, what is 40% power over here, so I've got a little bit of priority, not that much, with one hand. With 2 hands for my follower, I've got very little priority. Follower has most of the priority here. She's controlling more points for more information. As soon as I make a second contact point, I have 100% of priority, 100% of control. Like, hey, let's go and do something else. So, leaders, to get out of that, wait to make the thing have a little moment to exist first before you just make a second contact point. But again, I will go on and make a moment there by going, hey, this is kind of cool. I will take a second contact and then shape out of whatever pattern it is and do either the same shape or a new shape. So I can go through this and send my partner back that way, like that's a sugar push now, right? Or you could use that arm and that body pressure to move through. The other more interesting option is to make a second contact point and then you do it yourself, right? Easy things like rides can be accessible there or whatever else, but just as you're exiting, sometimes it doesn't have to be moving your partner, it's just moving you. Followers, when you're in there, try to get your leader to dance with you and have fun with it. Use that for a purpose. Don't just stop to stop because you want to do something fun with music. So as you get there, you're like, hey, I hear a thing, I'm gonna have a boom, 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 and then the leader can take you and lead out from that position rather than feeling like they're just being awkwardly stared at. With that, right side pass, left side pass still both also work. So right side pass, just make sure the hand doesn't come across the center of your head. Then you can contact either under or over your arm onto the wrist. Both are valid as long as you have a second contact point and the leader can't get the hand across your head. As soon as you get to partial rotation or that hand is crossing the center, it's too easy to close, and you're probably gonna have to leave, right? On a left side pass, instead of pressing here, you're gonna look for either pulling here or pressing the side of the body, right? So contact on the hip or contact on the outside of the shoulder is a good way to say, hey, slow down, and then you can't get led through that pass, you can stop yourself and push yourself the other way. When you relieve that, you'll go through, right? Leaders, same thing, you can always exit these by making contact points or leading on your own. Give more time than you think to let things exist before you try and resolve the thing. The last major thing we talked about was the amount of power we're both kind of providing to that system. If I'm giving like 100% of the power Kalinda needs to get from point A to point B, that's like my baseline lead for a basic pattern, right? I can always take that and turn it down, but I don't want to take it, turn it down, and then stay in place. I'm going to turn that energy down and take some of the work back. So if I give about half the lead, I'll take about half the momentum or half the travel, right? So if I give 1, I'm like, oh, it's about 8-foot slot, I'll take 4 feet myself, right? That scrolling idea of one partner moving at a time really only works when you're providing a stationary point and moving all the energy into one person. If I'm moving my partner through and then stopping them and then I go, I don't want to add more power to them until I get to my own stop point for that scrolling idea. If I want to be moving as one unit, I need to offer less power because I'm going to be taking some myself. And again, play with that, mess around with it, and play with your partner and move with that.
The scrolling sugar push?
Yeah. In the sugar push idea, the idea there is if I slow my partner down to a dead stop, I can back myself out, right, and walk out of that same position. So the idea is, again, kill the energy in the system, and then leaders can always add more on their own or add more into their partner. Cool. Awesome, everyone.